Welcome to my channel. It is so good to be back. It is so good to be back. I can't even explain it to you. I feel much better today. Feeling better than I felt yesterday. And so I've decided that I'm going to start making reactions again. I'm not going to push myself, I promise. I will do 2 tonight and 2 tomorrow night, and we'll see how it goes. And if I think I can handle a third one, I'll add a third one in the following night. And then I'll gradually work my way up to my normal workload of 6 a day. I promise you, I will not overexert myself, because I am still recovering, and I will be for probably another week or 2. But I can't wait any longer. I miss it. I miss interacting with you. So I've decided I'm going to start back up with the same list that I had when I stopped. I'm not going to be doing Epic the Musical for a little while, because I want to clear out some of these requests that I have. And actually, I'm not going to be doing any bonus videos at all. Excuse me. I'm not going to be doing any bonus video. Okay. This is what I'm dealing with. I'm not going to be doing any bonus videos at all, unless it's something that I really feel a special urge to do. And if I do that, what I'll likely do is add it on. So I'll do 3 instead of 2. But for the time being, I'm just going to do 2. This is the first one. But before we get into it, I do want to... Oh, wait a minute. I have to tell you what I'm going to do. Sorry. This request is for Of Monsters and Men, that quirky Icelandic band. And the name of the song is Yellow Light. And so I'm going to react to that now. But before, of course, I do that, I first have to thank you for not only coming to my channel and subscribing and watching my videos, but hanging on while I was gone and encouraging me and telling me that you weren't going anywhere. You have no idea how much that blessed my heart. So thank you. I really, really, in the bottom of my heart, appreciate it. As I always do with every single video I make, I want to remind you that I always put the artist links in the description field of their playlist, because I hope that you will support them if you like to. And I also put the link to the song I'm reacting to in the description of the video itself, along with a link from Wikipedia if I can find anything that's relevant. And I always put the link to the reaction request form, which, as I mentioned last night, you have now driven over 3,000. So I've got plenty to do, folks. I'm not going anywhere for a long, long time. I've got probably over a year's work to do already. And that's because of your wonderful requests. So if you have a request, it's going to be a while. I guarantee you it's going to be a while before I get to it. But don't hesitate to make them, because I will do every single request I've gotten. That is my promise to you. Okay? Let's watch Of Monsters and Men, Yellow Light. And this happens to be the official lyric version.
I'm looking for a place to start, and everything feels so different now.
Just grab a hold of my hand, I will lead you through this wonderland.
Water up to my knees, but sharks are swimming in the sea.
Just follow my yellow light and ignore all those big warning signs. angels in disguise.
Running into the night, the earth is shaking and I see a light.
The light is blinding my eyes as the soft walls eat us alive.
Well, you know, this was a new group for me a little while ago. I got introduced to them by you. And at first I found them kind of quirky and weird. But they've sort of grown on me. And I like their creativity. The graphics that they use are they're amazing. I don't know how they do that. I'm not a graphic artist at all. I don't understand how that gets done. I can barely draw a circle. But putting that aside, I find it fascinating how they, and I use this word, but don't really mean it the way it seems, manipulate the music. They don't adhere to what I suppose you could call the norms of, beat and tempo and things. They just kind of, if you notice several times in the song, they're singing along a phrase and then all of a sudden they just stop and then they pick it back up. And that to me is just fascinating. I really I find that very interesting and enjoyable. And I really do like the sound that they make. So, like a lot of groups that I get introduced to, over time, as I hear more of their music, I start liking them. And that is the case with Of Monsters and Men. I like these guys. I enjoy what they do. It's different from what I'm used to hearing. I mean, you all know. Excuse me. You all know I'm a country western fan. Goodness. Excuse me again. I need to get a drink of water. I'm sorry. I'm generally, this is just a note, I'm generally opposed to drinking water on camera. I think it's rude. It's insensitive towards my viewers, but I'll excuse myself for these circumstances. Where was I? I just really like the sound that they make, and the way that, as I say, they manipulate or twist or alter the tempo of a song and change it around where it's different from anything else you might hear. It's just a really fascinating thing to me. So I enjoy that a lot. One other note, I want to hold this up to you so you can see it. This is a mouse, okay? I use a Mac PowerBook, and for years I've used an Apple mouse, and it drove me bananas. The battery cover would constantly fall off to the point where I resorted to putting a piece of Scotch tape over it to hold it in place, and then I would have to peel it off whenever I needed to change the battery, which was quite frequently, by the way. And the other thing that frustrated me tremendously about it was it would go in and out. It would just disconnect right in the middle of something, and then I had no mouse. And it drove me batty. So as some of you probably know, I use Grok a lot. Grok is an AI. It's a very, for me, helpful tool. It's helped me write my book, for example, doing research and finding verses. Like, for example, I'll say, where is that verse that says that God will love us for eternity? And he'll spit out some verses, and I'll pick the one I want, rather than me having to actually go get the Bible out and research it. Or, I go online and get the Bible out, if you want to call it that, and find it. But instead of having to do that, I can get it very quickly. I mean, I process at the speed of a human. XA or A, I guess it's A, what is it? XAI, Grok, processes at the speed of light. So when I ask him a question, I get the answer before I'm ready to hear it. But anyway, that long-winded explanation is to say that I once, not too long ago, said to Grok, I'm sick and tired of this Apple mouse. It's driving me nuts. What is an alternative? And he said, well, here's a list of things you can try. And one of them was this mouse. It's called a Bubble Mouse by Logitech. And I have to tell you, I love this thing. The instant I turn it on, it connects to my computer, and it never disconnects. I mean, instantaneously it connects, and it never disconnects. And the battery container is, well, I haven't even, it's got a let me see, I thought it had a USB charger. No, it's actually solar charged, I think. But anyway, it has a battery life, they say, of a year, which my Apple mouse was going out like every 2 weeks or every week and a half. So if you've got a Mac PowerBook or any other kind of Mac where you use a mouse, I highly recommend this. I think it was like $30 US. Drop in the bucket for someone with a little bit of money like me. Well worth the expense. So having now wandered off in left field, way off in left field, let me say that I really enjoyed this music, and I'm looking forward to the next one, and I'm looking forward to being back in business, back doing reactions, back spending time with you. So thank you so much for watching, if you did, and thank you for your wonderful loyalty. This is the Vietnam Era Vet, out.